Hi, boys and girls. I am going to share with you today one of my favorite Easter stories that is written by Jan Brett, one of our favorite authors. So this book is called The Easter Egg, and I think that the main character's name is Hoppy, but I think he looks a lot like Emmett. So in the story today, you're going to notice lots of beautiful illustrations, just like we've talked about in all of her other books. And as you listen to the story today, I want you to see if you can figure out what the message is. What is Jan Brett trying to teach us through her story? So it's called The Easter Egg, and like I said, it's written by Jan Brett. Cheer up, spring is here. Time to start on my first ever Easter egg, Hoppy said. Each year, the bunny who decorated the winning egg got to help the Easter rabbit hide the eggs on Easter morning. I guess the only difference is that this bunny is more brown. Emmett's more gray. Hoppy had been dreaming about being that bunny all year long. Now it was time to get started. Everywhere Hoppy looked, rabbits were working on dazzling eggs. I need an amazing idea, he thought. Hoppy spotted Flora Bunny planting spring wildflowers in her eggs. The Easter rabbit will love these colorful eggs, he thought, and started picking flowers for his eggs. Here's a basket for your flowers, Hoppy, Flora said. And look at the borders. We've talked about how in Jan Brett's book, she often puts these borders to give us clues as to what else is going on in the story. This does not look like Emmett. That's a different kind of bunny. That's called a lion head. Chop, chop, scrape, scrape. Hoppy spied Buster Birch carving a magnificent wooden egg. I wish I had some wood for my egg, he wished out loud. Here you go, Hoppy, Buster Birch said, and he put a smooth, round piece of wood in Hoppy's basket. Thank you, Buster, Hoppy said. Buster, that sounds like my dog. Hoppy was hopping along when the smell of sweetness led him out of the woods and straight to the chocolate egg that Aunt Sassafras was decorating with chocolate cream, frosting squiggles, and bows. Hello, Hoppy, she said, and she put some chocolate squares in his basket. Hippity hop, Hoppy exclaimed. I'll make the Easter rabbit a chocolate egg so sweet it will make his whiskers tingle. Look at these bunnies. These are called lop-eared bunnies because their ears kind of fall over. This egg looks delicious. Then Hoppy saw Granny Irene decorating one of her fabulous story eggs. First, she traced a design on the egg with a special tool. Then she dipped the egg in pots of yellow, green, orange, and red dye, adding to the design each time. Hoppy couldn't believe his eyes. I'll never make an egg that beautiful, he told Granny Irene. She smiled. Try, she said, giving him one of her special tools. All of these people are trying to help Hoppy come up with his best idea for the Easter egg contest. I wonder which one he'll choose. Hoppy was hopping by Hans Vanderrabbit's garden when he spotted an extraordinary egg. Hans was painting a portrait of the Easter rabbit so that he looked alive. He does look alive. We talked about that in Writer's Workshop about how authors make things look real. Fantastic, Hoppy exclaimed. Thank you, Hoppy, Hans said. Why don't you make a painting on your egg? He gave Hoppy pots of paint and a fine brush. As Hoppy bounced along, a loud boing nearly knocked him off his feet. It was a whirling, twirling mechanical egg. Whoa, Hoppy said. That's an unusual egg. Would you like to make one? Roberto asked. Hoppy tried hard, but the harder he tried, the more parts and pieces piled up around him. Thank you, Roberto, he sighed, but I think I better make an egg that's right for me. That would be like if I tried to make one out of all those parts. I'm not so good at that. Hoppy hopped back to the woods and lay down under a tall tree to think. Making a beautiful egg is harder than I imagined, he thought. I guess I don't have to win. I just want to make an egg that I'm proud of. That is important. Look how little he looks over there. It's almost like he's hiding. I wonder if there's hidden pictures in here, like in some of the other stories we've read. Suddenly the woods rang with the squawking of birds sounding an alarm. Mother Robin swooped down, calling wildly as if she couldn't decide where to go. An egg had tumbled out of Mother Rabbit's nest. Inside the perfect blue egg was a baby robin that needed its mother to keep it warm until it hatched. Look at it right there. Do you think Hoppy could help Mother Rabbit? Not Mother Rabbit, Mother Robin. Hoppy knew what he had to do. He sat down carefully and covered the blue egg with his soft, warm fur. "I'll take care of you the best I can," he whispered. Relieved, Mother Robin chirped and settled down on her other 2 eggs. Well, isn't that kind of Hoppy? He's going to help Mother Robin take care of that blue egg so that she can go back up into her nest to take care of the other 2 eggs. Hoppy never left the robin's egg. If it was sunny and warm, he carefully turned the egg in its nest of moss. If it was rainy and cold, he kept the egg covered and dry. At night, wild animals would pass by. Hoppy crouched down and stayed hidden in the ferns. Often he heard strange noises coming from above, but Hoppy didn't run away. I think Hoppy is very brave. Look at that fox. That fox not only could eat the egg, but he also could eat Hoppy. Every day the rabbits worked on their eggs. Tadpoles turned into frogs, buds swelled into leaves, and Easter came closer and closer. Finally, it was time for rabbits to take their eggs to the glen. They had forgotten all about Hoppy, who was quietly sitting on the blue egg under the tall tree in the woods. There he is. This is one of my favorite parts. Early the next morning, the rabbits waited for the Easter rabbit. Suddenly, a beautiful wagon rolled toward them out of the mist. Look at that. And stopped. The Easter bunny stepped down from the wagon and admired the decorated eggs one by one. "You have brought me the most beautiful eggs in the world, but a very special one is not here," he told them. The rabbits were puzzled. Whose egg could it be? Whose egg is missing, boys and girls? And if you hear that whining, that's Buster, my dog. He wants to listen to the story. If you think it is Hoppy's egg, I think you're right. But he didn't get a chance to make one. Let's find out what happens. "Fill my wagon with your wonderful eggs," he said. "When I return, I will show it to you." And he disappeared into the woods. And look at what happened. That little blue egg hatched, and out came a baby robin. He came back with Hoppy looking scruffy and bedraggled. I love that word. He looks like a mess. "Hoppy has an amazing egg to be proud of," the Easter rabbit told them. "He has kept Mother Robin's egg warm and safe until her baby bird hatched and she could take care of it." The Easter rabbit placed the empty blue shell in the place of honor atop the wagon. Now they were ready to go. The rabbits cheered for the egg that had surprised them all. "It's our best Easter ever, Hoppy," they shouted. Then the brave little bunny and the Easter rabbit rode off together to hide the eggs for the girls and boys to find on Easter morning. The end. And look at, there's Jan Brett, and there she is with a little bunny. And that little bunny kind of looks like Emmett with those short ears. I asked you to think about what the message was in the story. And I think the message is that you should always be kind, and sometimes you have to do things that are a little bit different, but sometimes you get the best reward for it. I hope you enjoyed the story. I think Buster did. You can see him sitting down there with his one tooth. But I hope you enjoyed the story, boys and girls, and I hope to talk soon.